right, little man? Ready to make your grand debut? Did you reach your goals for 2021? I had so many, and in this video, I really look forward to reviewing the goals I had set for myself, how well I did or did not do at reaching them, and then really spell out the big aspirations that I have for 2022. Now, right from the get-go, you are surely noticing that things look a little bit different. I am so excited and proud to introduce my brand new fourth baby, fourth boy. I'm a full-time working mom with now 4 young kids, and I'm just overjoyed. This little one is almost 3 weeks old. I've been soaking up the time to just relax and hold him. So we're gonna just make this a really chatty, kind of conversational video, but I'm excited to run through which goals I did and did not meet for the past year, and then give you a glimpse into all the big things I aspire to do in the year ahead. So I will be looking periodically at some notes, and I've also written out my goals for the new year here. But first, let's start with a quick recap of my 2021 goals. Now, a while back, I made a video on how to make good goals, and so I will fully admit from the beginning here that I didn't implement a lot of those necessary tactics this past year when going after goals of my own. But that's honestly for a very good reason, and I'm not one to make excuses, but I also just want to acknowledge that this past year was a heck of a lot harder than I ever anticipated. And that's saying a lot because 2020 was really, really crazy for me as well. But this past year really got, I guess maybe I don't want to say thrown off, because I know God always has a plan and things are always working together, and then someday looking back, it all makes sense, right, as to why things happened the way they did. But there were just so many unanticipated hardships. We lost 3 very dear loved ones. Yes, we did. And we had a number of times where various members of our family were sick or needed to quarantine, or things like that. And then some unexpected family emergencies that led to a lot of unexpected travel and missed work and trying to catch back up. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I was overjoyed, but I was completely unable to do much for the first half of my pregnancy. I was so sick. I hope that's never your experience, but I've talked in this video about how much I struggled to keep up with my day-to-day in the midst of the blessing of being pregnant. So anyway, all that to say that I ultimately didn't reach a lot of my big goals for 2020, and while I'm sad about that, while I could give myself a hard time, I also totally recognize that there are real reasons why some of those things didn't happen. And it's just another opportunity to commit to making things even better this year. All right, enough talk. Let me get to which of my 2021 goals I did and did not meet. So if you might recall, some of the big things that I wanted to do in 2021, I had broken down into personal versus professional aspirations. Professionally, I had a book manuscript that I was working so hard to complete. It was something left over from 2020, and I was determined to get that off of my plate. I really hate to admit that this still is not done. It's something that I've worked on every chance I can, but as a professor, as an academic researcher, I have to be in a particular mind space in order to focus and think and creatively write and express all of the research that I'm trying to compile. And I just wasn't there for so many months of this year. My other big professional goal was that I wanted to hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Now, I didn't do that. I'm still a ways from that number, but I want to pause and first, again, reiterate that numbers really don't mean that much, right? Especially if they are ever any sort of what's called a vanity metric. They don't reflect, you know, what you have put into something. And it's also just crucial to always remember that numbers reflect actual people. So I'm incredibly grateful for all of the amazing people like you that have supported me, supported this channel. I ended the year with 1,612 YouTube subscribers, which I am actually thrilled with, because at the end of 2020, I was only at 413 subscribers, which means that my major accomplishment, at least for Solutions for Simplicity last year, was that I finally reached that huge goal of 1,000 subscribers and then getting monetized on YouTube. But to me, I'm so excited because I hope it reflects the value of the content I'm putting out and the fact that the messages I'm sharing are resonating with people like you. So I'm really excited to see where the channel continues to go in the future. Of course, I have really high hopes, and we will just take it in stride. Some of the other really huge things that I'm so proud of for 2021 are that I developed 12 new products for my business. As I look back on that, I'm just astounded, because so many months I felt like I wasn't getting anything done, and I was frustrated. I was wishing that I felt better or that life wasn't so crazy. But that's the whole point I'm always trying to remind us all of, is that when we keep a long-term perspective, hi sweetie, I know. When we keep that long-term perspective, it's amazing how much we really do get done by the end of a year, right? So don't get so frustrated. Whenever you feel like you're failing or things aren't going as planned, just take a deep breath and really trust that it will all fall into place. As I look back over the year and realize how much I actually did do, it's incredible. I'm not really sure how all that happened, given everything else that was coming up. I will put links in the description to some of the new products that I developed this past year in case you want to check them out. Many of them are free, but all of them just keep providing the compilation of science-backed findings I've uncovered about how we can truly free up more time for who and what we love and keep our life in alignment with our values. One of the latest things that I just developed was an end of the year reflection packet to, I was first creating it for myself to try and think back on what had gone well or not so well the past year, and then I decided to just give it away for free. So if you want to review how the past year went for you and write all that out and think through how you can take what you learned and apply it to making this coming year even better, then definitely snag that from the description below. My big personal goal for 2021 was that I wanted to get in my best shape ever. And, you know, I guess I ended the year feeling really proud of all that my body had done, really proud of my health overall, and thanking God for that health, because it is never something to be taken for granted, as I especially learned you know, the hard way through losing the close loved ones, several of whom were my own age. It's just tragic. But, you know, getting pregnant, having a baby, that made it rather difficult to work out and take care of myself in the exercise realm. I did what I could, but again, not feeling well for so many months kind of set me back. So you will see again that comes up here in terms of my goals for the new year. He's just dreaming away. Oh, I love these little snuggles. These moments fly by way too fast, don't they? Another personal goal that I had was that I was really hoping that we would be able to get pregnant. You know, not to delve too much into the personal side of things, but we thought that maybe we would not be able to have more kids. And so the fact that I not only got pregnant, but was able to have the baby last year is amazing. And yeah, I'm so in love with this little guy. All right, the moment you have waited for, my 2022 goals. I have now broken these out into 3 different categories. I am further separating out my academic goals from my business goals, and then I of course have personal goals. So for my academic goals regarding my full-time job as a professor and academic researcher, I am going to publish my book on religious identity with a top-notch university press, and I'm so excited for that to be done. I really am just tired of having it on my mind, and I have so much amazing research, so many incredible findings that I can't wait to get out into the world. That's going to be my primary goal this spring. Then I also will write and publish at least 2 new articles for the year. That's really something that I hope to do. And I also have a bunch of old articles that have been at various stages of the research process, and I really look forward to finalizing those and sending them out for review for publication as well. In terms of my business goals for Solutions for Simplicity, I really want to hit that 10,000 subscribers mark here on YouTube. I am planning to level up, as we call it, all of my systems in terms of my website, my sales and delivery services and products, and just kind of the way that my business runs. There's so much on the back end that I had kind of piecemeal DIY'd over the years since starting my business in 2019. And now as the business is starting to take off a little more, I can't wait to invest back into it and make things so much better now that I know better and now that I have more financial resources to make that possible. I am definitely looking forward to launching some sort of membership program. I have a million ideas of what this is going to be, but I suppose the nearest one, the one that's kind of closest to coming to reality, is to take the Goal Slayer Gals group that I devised last summer and really turn that into something even more. And I actually purchased a new domain to build a whole website and membership program out for that Goal Slayer Gals group. So stay tuned. I'm really excited to do that in the year ahead. Other YouTube goals involve definitely using my new camera. I'm still so embarrassed to admit that I bought that back in June, and then I still haven't had a chance to even take the camera out of the box, figure out how to use it, and I've still just been filming with my phone, right? Because as busy moms, we just need to get it done. So I really hope to make even better videos. My big goal is also to get back to making 2 videos a week for you. And so yeah, that's definitely something that I want to make happen in the year ahead. Final business goal is that, as you might know, I recently launched my first physical product, my Pinpoint Your Priorities notepads. I'm so proud of them and so excited at how excited you all have been to get them for yourself. My big goal for 2022 is to figure out how in the world to put them for sale on Amazon. I've got to get a barcode, I've got to do all kinds of things and figure out the Amazon FBA program, and I don't know. So I just really want to do that and make them more accessible to more people. And then, you know, in a dream world, but I'm putting it out there, I would love for those notepads to become an Amazon bestseller or best choice, right? Amazon choice for to-do list notepads. If you have big goals for 2022, then definitely check out the links in the description, because I will soon be running my Goal Slayer Gals group again this spring, and it's just an invaluable way to get the structure, the accountability, and the science-backed process for making your goals happen. On to personal goals for 2022. Firstly, again, I am putting back on the list that I really want to get in the best shape ever. I know this sounds grandiose, like an exaggeration, but I'm nearing 40 and I want to live a really long time so that I can enjoy my precious little ones. So while I, try and take care of myself and eat well, the exercise is something that's hard for me to fit in my busy schedule, and I really want to make that more of a priority in the coming year. Next, I am committed to cooking more for my family and cooking better for my family. Again, because I was sick and having all kinds of food issues while I was pregnant, I really fell off the wagon with this, and we ended up eating out, we spent way too much money, and we just didn't eat good things like I try to feed my family normally. So this year, I want to commit to cooking for my family at least 5 days a week, eating at home, and getting back to our normal healthy lifestyle. Next personal goal for 2022 is to keep prioritizing my marriage, which is no easy feat when you are both working, you've got 4 young kids, you have no family help nearby, and life is just crazy, right? There are so many things vying for our attention, and it has been really hard over the years and really all too easy for my husband and I to be the strangers passing in the night instead of really keeping each other a top priority. And that's something that we're both committed to working more on in the year ahead. That moves me into my next personal goal, which is to really be better about work-life balance. Ironically, I'm constantly sharing tips for better work-life balance with you, but living them out in my own life has gotten even more complicated as I've been building this YouTube channel and my side business, because I then get so excited to use my little extra windows of time early in the morning or late at night to bring all of these ideas to reality. And that's just something that maybe I need to not cut back on, but be better about having set times for, so that I can turn my brain off in between and really, again, be present with my family. That is always my big goal. And I admit I get really distracted with the many things I want to do for Solutions for Simplicity. And of course, the work demands for being a professor are not easy as well. In fact, this past fall was the hardest semester I think I've ever had. Last but not least, I am a little hesitant to say this is a goal because I don't think it's really something that will ever happen. But I aspire to get all caught up on my to-do list, all caught up on the things that I have wanted or said I'm going to do for so long and haven't made a priority. So I guess the underlying habit or trait and identity that I want to adopt is that I really want to be more firmly committed to not taking on new things until I have crossed off the many things that are already on my plate. So those are my goals in a nutshell. I have plenty more ideas, and it will be so interesting to see what this year brings. I would love to know your goals for 2022, as well as which ones you did and did not reach for 2021. Let me know if you like this video, if you want to see more of these kind of open heart-to-heart chats. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you back soon. Have a great day.